trading is 80% psychological.
Document today because I'm actually doing a walk, but here it's telling us how emotions are actually good things. I'll look to take the next correction. There it talks about how trading, it's not the case.
Hi guys, welcome back to another vlog. So it's currently Saturday, and today I actually wanted to show you the top 3 books that I recommend for any Forex trader or anyone who's into personal development. Since it's a Saturday, I'm actually here in this coffee house with some friends, so I'm going to take you along. If you're here just for the books, then skip to this time frame, and hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Breathless. Around London, in one of the affluent areas here in London called Kensington and Chelsea, and the first book I wanted to talk about, I'm going to put it on the screen. It's called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. I think this is one of the books that were super pivotal, especially in my personal development journey, because I was really able to sort of understand how like my brain was wiring and how sort of we condition our brains to think a certain way, and how to really just break out our old identity and to transcend that. And I think that's so important with trading. And you're probably expecting a trading book, but I feel like since trading is 80% psychological, 20% technical, you can't leave out, you know, developing yourself and your mindset.
So it's currently a few days later, Wednesday, 22nd of Jan. I know I've kind of like time traveled, but basically after we went out, I basically took a nap, did some forecasting for the week ahead, and then Sunday I was just with family and just watched the webinar and just getting prepared. Watched some Netflix as well, watched this really good movie called Long Shot, so I highly recommend it. So I'm going to go over the rest of the books throughout the day, but yeah, I just wanted to document today because I'm actually doing a water fast with my friend. Also, I just wanted to sort of stress the importance of like what I do over the weekend. Of course, it sort of varies. I'm not always going out, and I'm not always just like taking naps and things like that, but I feel like people always assume that I'm hustling, I'm grinding 24/7, and that's absolutely far from the case. You know, I have like family, I have young siblings, so I'm usually spending time with them on the weekends, just chilling, just relaxing. I feel like that's the dangerous thing about coming into 2020. Everyone's so amped up, everyone's so like empowered, have so much momentum to sort of just make it happen, and then they overdo it where they sort of crash and burn and then end up questioning themselves, and they have that burnout. So first book was Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. The second one is going to be more geared towards trading, and it's actually called Mental Game of Poker. Put it up on the screen, and you're probably thinking, isn't this a poker book? But in fact, poker and trading have so many similarities. You know, I had the same sort of thought pattern when I sort of heard about it, but you know, I had the open mind and I read it, and I think it's actually one of the most, like probably the most productive books for trading, in terms of it gives you so many steps that you can actually take forward. But the key thing is that it gives you that information, and then it's up to you to put that into action. So I've actually got some of the notes that I took on my laptop, which is what I'm looking at, and I remember some of the key things were, you know, you're taught the 4 stages of learning, from unconscious incompetence to unconscious competence. So that sort of educates you on understanding how you learn the markets, and how sometimes, you know, you could be learning something for, I don't know, 6 months, 2 years, and things may not be autopilot, and that sort of then allows you to be more patient with your journey because you're understanding the different stages of learning. And I love how it talks about how your progress is like a bell curve, just like a bell curve, if you guys know what that is. So you have your A game, B game, C game, and in order to progress, in order to be better, it's not just about, you know, improving, and that's it. It's about improving your best, so your best becomes better, but also it's not about removing what you're bad at, but it's improving what you're bad at. So that bell curve will always move forward. Because I think a lot of us, we may think that we just have to, get good at something and get rid of what we're not good at, but it's about improving what we're not good at, as well as improving what we are good at. So I really like that. Another thing it talks about is that emotion isn't a problem. I think we always say, oh, I'm an emotional trader, or I'm struggling with emotions, but here it's telling us how emotions are actually a good thing, because it's a sign that we have something to work on. So it sort of reframes the relationship with emotions and trading, which I thought was really powerful. Again, this book gives you so many different steps. I say read it, start with the first one. There's 2 at the moment. I haven't read the second one yet, but I'm definitely gonna read it in this quarter. But yeah, I just love how, it says, I think in essence, like, emotion is a messenger telling you exactly what to work on in your mental game. So emotions are a good thing. And it also talks about like the fine line between having too much emotion and too little emotion. You have to have a little bit of emotion to still take the trade, and if you have completely nothing, like no emotion at all, then that's gonna self-sabotage you as well in trading. So I'm currently still in a fast state. It's been well over 36 hours now. I think it got really bad at around like 2, 3, 4 p.m. yesterday. And then when I was at church, we were having dinner, or they were having dinner, and I was just there with my water, which was technically my dinner. But yeah, I'm gonna break my fast today. My colleague thinks that it's super useless and like, why the hell would I do this to myself? But but it's sort of like, it means a lot to me just because of how my relationship with food has been in the past. So being able to actually say no to food actually means a lot. So yeah, I'm quite proud of that. Quite happy that I did this challenge, and yeah. We did have a lot of volatility around 3 p.m. yesterday, Wednesday. I didn't get to film it and I just missed it. And to be fair, I mean, we did sort of get a 15-minute retrace at around 1:30, but at the time I was just a bit late. So happy to let that go. And this is just a key example that market structure dictates direction and news creates the volatility. So we've sort of just been squeezing in this downward fashion towards this almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch. So it comes to no surprise that this moved to the upside. Same with CAD yen. So a lot of the CAD pairs just had lots of movement, probably due to news, which I don't really focus on. So evidently, I'm not surprised that this has moved to the downside from market structure analysis. Something that does look interesting is how Kiwi dollar has just been squeezing in this larger descending, and then we have almost like a smaller descending channel, and we're at this double bottom, and this is, price could come back down to this low, but we'll evaluate when we get there. How I look to take this is not at just any old retrace, just because of how price is reacting here. If we get a push up, I'll look to take the next correction. Definitely my style's more conservative, so I'm happy to wait for the first impulse and get in on the correction. We could even have a hover just underneath here, which I'll look to take. But of course, I'd like to see this being impulsive. If that's impulsive, then I'll look to take the next clean correction. However, what happens is we can just literally move up, move down, move up, move down, and just trickle all the way down here before we get the move. So just happy to be patient on that, and yeah. So got the Ronin full frame camera, and yeah, currently just preparing for a shoot early tomorrow for one of our clients, and realize I haven't even told you guys the third book, so I'm gonna have to jump on that now. So for my third book, it's gonna be Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. I feel like a lot of people know about this book. It's a really good trading psychology book. I think it's the first one to do with mindset that I've ever read, but the thing is I haven't actually read it. I've only listened to it on Audible. I'm yet to read it. And yeah, I mean, I've listened to it about 3 times, but the chapter 7, which is all about probabilities, which is a really good chapter. And my mentor always swears by it because it is such a key chapter that even the first time I listened to it, I kind of overlooked it. But I think one of my favorite quotes or aspects or themes in trading in the zone is how we sort of think, or I used to think, or if you are just starting out in Forex, that you might think that in order to be better, you just have to understand the markets more, or if it kind of blows my mind, because it's sort of counterintuitive in the sense that, of course, if you want to get better at something, you got to understand it more. But sometimes we see it in the wrong light, where we feel like, okay, if we need to get better at trading, then I need to learn more, or a better strategy, or a different strategy, or I need to learn more about MACD, RSI, support and resistance. And then we get frustrated, like, okay, we know support and resistance, breakouts, projections and things like that, but then we're still not getting the results we want. And that is so true, and that's what I loved about trading in the zone, and that really was like sort of a light bulb moment for me. So that was one of my favorite takeaways from trading in the zone, as well as probability aspects and everything else in terms of like how beliefs shape how we trade, because we're not trading the markets, we're trading our beliefs about the market. There's obviously a lot of other books out there, but yeah, those two, Mental Game of Poker and Trading in the Zone, probably my top favorite trading books. There's a bunch of other books that I'll probably go into another video, but I wanted to try and keep this one trading specific. So yeah, definitely go check out those books, and I mean, if you do read them, let me know what you think. So guys, I'm gonna end the video here. Don't forget to follow my Instagram. I post on there a lot more often, and don't forget to sign up to my newsletter. I've already posted one, I think, a week ago, so definitely go subscribe to that if you're into something a bit more intimate, some stories, some little gold nuggets that literally won't take you more than a minute to read every other week. And I'll see you guys in the next video.
Should I walk backwards?
No, you can say
Okay. I really was so that's my first book, and fuck it, just stop it. I'm gonna wait, what was Fred? Dentist. We're all filming.
So for my third book, a bit of emotion. You ruined my video. Quit getting.